Hello, and welcome to Appleton Engaged. I'm your host, Timber Smith, DEI coordinator for the city of Appleton.
And I'm Andy Anam, the communications manager for the city.
And Appleton Engaged is a podcast that explores the many people, organizations, and resources that make our community a great place to live, work, and play. So whether you're a longtime resident or just getting to know Appleton, join us as we learn more about our community together.
Today we have another special organization which work with kids, and their tagline is Boundless Futures Through Education that inspire and prepare young people for success.
I think that's a really good tagline because I think it perfectly describes the resource. I am so excited about this particular resource and the individual that we have as a guest because I've got to see it in action. And when I first saw it, it totally blew me away. It is amazing. So this week's guest is Beth Tomsyck, Development Coordinator for Junior Achievement of Northeast Wisconsin. Hey, Mary Beth, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's an opportunity that I didn't want to pass up.
Hey, yeah, don't be missing out on the opportunity to be a guest on Appleton Engaged.
Exactly.
So, Mary Beth, can you please tell us about yourself and your association with Appleton and the Fox Cities region?
Sure. A little bit about myself. I am resident of Appleton. I've been in the Fox Cities area now over 30 years. I live in the Kimberly area, have 3 children in the Kimberly School District. I have a marketing background. I went to UW-Whitewater for my degree and settled here in Appleton because I love the area, love the community, love the Fox Cities. Lots of opportunities for wonderful jobs. I've had a number of positions over the years focusing on marketing and financial literacy. And I'm currently, I've been with Junior Achievement now. It's going on 4 years in November. So I'm the development coordinator for Junior Achievement currently.
Oh, 4 years?
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Now, on to the real business at hand. Can you please tell us about your resource?
Sure. Well, Junior Achievement, most people have heard of Junior Achievement. We are a nonprofit organization. We've been around for over 100 years. We have a national presence, actually a worldwide presence, national presence, and then each state has an organization, if you will. So we help students gain financial literacy, entrepreneurial, and work readiness skills in a nutshell. So we take volunteers from the community, we pair them in a classroom setting or in an experiential learning setting, and we teach all different types of principles. Some people ask me, well, Mary Beth, what exactly is financial literacy? It's things like how to spend money, how to save money, how to budget, how to write a check, how to plan, how to make decisions. So financial literacy, entrepreneurial skills, things like starting a business, making a business plan, understanding the financials, the marketing side, entrepreneurial, and then the work readiness skills. There's lots of gaps, if you will, in the way kids are getting maybe taught. So we're trying to just fill some of those gaps, giving them some soft skills, support, teaching them how to write a resume or how to run a company, things like that. So we have curriculum that we give to a volunteer. They go into the classroom, they teach, they engage, and they share their experience. It's a really cool dynamic to see the volunteers working with our youth and then, just providing greater economic opportunities for the future.
So what I've got the opportunity to see Junior Achievement. And let me just say, I myself was in Junior Achievement when I was a youth, and it was a great experience. I'm sure there's many listeners out here who've also had the opportunity to be part of it. But what I really like about Junior Achievement and this location, which I hope we get to talk about a little bit later, is there's this mock city where our youth get to work together as residents of this city and problem solve and be good neighbors to each other. And I'm just blown away by what is created in that space.
Exactly. You're referring to the Community First Career Exploration and Financial Literacy Center. We are located on the campus of Fox Valley Technical College, across the street from the Bardini Center. We opened the facility in 2000, January of 2000. And then everybody knows what happened after that. So then we were closed. It's really a hidden gem. And Timber, like you said, it's a little city. And we have a number of companies throughout the community that have sponsored different storefronts. Students come in and run the city, and they're given jobs and positions, and they have the lessons prior to coming into the facility, so they know what they're going to be doing. They have a job and a role. But once they're there, then they're there for the day, and it's a wonderful learning opportunity, hands-on, minds-on learning. Last school year, we had over 3,400 kids from around Northeast Wisconsin attend our JA BizTown and JA Finance Park. 19 new schools were served, and it was just it's always a wonderful collaboration, again, with students, their educators, as well as some volunteers that come in and facilitate the day.
So I had the opportunity 2 times to go to the facility. One was with the mayor, and I was so excited to see that we had a kid mayor too, and she was doing this exact same prototype stuff that actually happens in the real world, which was so great to see, because the country I come from, I have not seen such a prototype of what the real worlds look like. That was a huge huge thing to see for me. The second time my son went, and he enjoyed that too. So my question was like, is it something like which school does in partnership with the BizTown, or is it like individual family can become part of it? I mean, how this dynamic works?
So the dynamic is the typical dynamic during the school year is a school district or an educator will work with Junior Achievement and get their classroom signed up for it.
Okay.
So there is a front end, I guess, commitment. So it takes a lot of support from the educators and the people involved, but then they bus the children from all over Northeast Wisconsin for this opportunity. Now, there is a second way for children to participate, and that is through our summer camp. This past summer, we offered 2 weeks of summer camp. It's for children ages 4th through 6th grade, and they can attend a week-long session. And so if your child happens to the school does not participate, they can come via the summer camp, which was it's been a really cool experience as well. All the lessons are taught Monday through Friday, and on the final day, they run the BizTown simulation.
Wow.
So it's a 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. scenario. And then they're picked up at the end of the day, and they come back the next day and do it all over again, and a lot of fun.
That's amazing.
So what is the age range of Junior Achievement in these students that they serve?
So for the BizTown, age range is 4th through 6th grade. There is a second program that we run at our facility called Finance Park. That is geared toward the little older age group. That is 7th through 9th grade. And the Finance Park is more personal finance. So that's personal budgeting, saving. It's really a life scenario where they're given a occupation, a marital status, number of children, and then they have to make decisions based on their income and their situation, making decisions day to day. I have to pay my rent. I have to buy a car. I need to pay for childcare. So that is our Finance Park program, and that is, again, a little bit older. Our traditional classroom programming is K through 12. So that is the programming where a volunteer would go into the classroom. So we're really serving Junior Achievement. What I love is such a broad range and so much rich content and curriculum.
So can you share some stories to show the impact? Like, I'm sure there are success stories you can share with our listeners to show what a big role JA BizTown actually plays.
The BizTown, yes, the wonderful stories that we've heard. One little girl, after her experience, said that was the best day of her life. She had said it was just so wonderful. We have a lot of students write thank you letters, just saying what they've learned, talking about their experiences. It's that hands-on, minds-on learning. Mm-hmm. So it's very impactful. I feel, we all know that when you experience something firsthand, or you get to play the role of the mayor, or you're a CEO, or maybe you're a police officer for a day, that's something that really kids are going to retain and really remember. So, lots of really great examples of students being engaged. I think the big thing is just being engaged. And it's an experience that they might not, they don't have in the school, but they come to our facility and they're able to experience and then just have a positive experience. And there's so many other opportunities as they get into high school as well.
So you were earlier touching upon some stories from the junior achievement where your two students went to Washington D.C. So can you just tell me more about it?
Sure, sure. So we have a couple events, signature events that Junior Achievement puts on for Northeast Wisconsin. And I can talk about just a couple of these. The one is called our Titan Business Challenge. And we have one event in the Green Bay area and then one in the Oshkosh Appleton area. The Green Bay one is held at NWTC. So it's teams of two. These high schools come and bring their teams of two. The teams are running a simulated business where they're making decisions. They're given a scenario and they're making decisions. And they're making decisions on marketing, production, manufacturing, social economic implications, things like that. We had two individuals, Luke and Rylan from Wolf River Lutheran High School in Shawano this past March in our Green Bay area, and they won the local competition, and which entitled them to go to our state competition, which was held at Acuity in Sheboygan, the statewide JA competition, and they won at the statewide competition, which had then advanced them to our national competition. And so this was competing nationally amongst other high school teams throughout the country, and they took the national.
Wow.
So it really exciting, very exciting, and congratulations to them, Luke and Rylan. They had really a great strategy, and they have participated in this event in the past. So we're super proud of them. They won not only a number of really nice scholarships to be used for their future education, but they also won an all-expense paid trip to Washington, D.C. for our JA Leadership Summit that they participated. It was like a 3-day summit. So they got to participate in that in June, and I had the opportunity to talk to them actually just in August, and they really talked about how memorable their experience was and all that they've learned, and, just one way that we can impact some students' lives.
The one thing that I think is really cool about BizTown in particular, it's the fact that it's modeled with real representation of businesses and organizations in our community.
Exactly. We have a number of wonderful supporters and sponsors in the area that support our storefronts and our building. And we could not do what we do without them. So a big shout out to all of our community partners and sponsors and the wonderful businesses that support and believe in junior achievement. And all of those organizations send volunteers as well to our facility, and they participate, engage. So it's a wonderful partnership and really a testament to our area and how wonderful a place this really is.
What do you think a misunderstanding or a myth that people have about junior achievement is?
So one of the things, because we started out, we have 3 different product verticals, if you will. One of them being the traditional in-classroom programming. And I think when you talk to people, they say, oh, yeah, I had junior achievement as a kid. And that's what they think of. They think of making donuts or doing a little activity in the classroom, which is still our core area. But they aren't aware of the experiential learning center that we just were talking about, and they're not aware of the events that we have, like I had mentioned earlier, a couple signature events. So that is a misconception that I think, junior achievement just comes into the classroom, but we're growing into much more, and the curriculum is reaching out into the high school levels and very engaging, really getting our youth ready for economic opportunities in the future. We know that work readiness skills, we don't know the jobs that exist 10 years from now. It's really true, but we know that we need to prepare our kids for the future and to help them be successful. One thing I'm super impressed with is all the research and the studies that go into the curriculum and how it's developed. So the curriculum is excellent.
So how many kids in Northeast Wisconsin the organization work with?
This past year, over 20,000 kids in Northeast Wisconsin received critical JA programming. We served over 850 classes, 160 schools, and over 156,000 hours of instruction.
What?
That's massive, yeah.
It's pretty cool when you look at the numbers all the time. Big shout out to all of our volunteers that put in the time to make this all happen.
Well, let me ask, how big is the team? Because that's a lot of work.
It is. It is a lot of work. We have 2 offices in Northeast Wisconsin. One is located in De Pere, Wisconsin, and then our other office is in Appleton, at the facility. All total, we have roughly 10 employees, and then we have additional support staff that help with the experiential learning center as well. So all total, then I would say it's more like 20. But then the volunteers fill in a lot of those, extra hours as well.
Are there any upcoming events or initiatives,
Yeah.
ways to engage junior achievement?
Yeah, so a couple exciting events. This is an all-new event to Northeast Wisconsin. It's called the JA Stock Market Challenge. It's happening in the middle of November. And we are super excited. It's a free high-energy competition designed to simulate the excitement of a real-life trading floor. So students in grades 9 through 12 work in teams of 3 to 4, and they will learn to leverage each other's strengths and use critical thinking skills while analyzing the articles and the data, and this is all surrounding the stock market. So first, the students have the lessons in classroom. The lesson curriculum is provided, of course, by JA. It's called Take Stock in Your Future. They learn how to understand stocks, stock trading, exploring dividends, and then they do an in-practice simulation where they have a portfolio and they're making trades. And then our event is on November 21st, and it's at the University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. We're working with them to set up a beautiful venue, and then the kids come for a 2-hour time period, and they compete against each other in teams. And there will be some gift cards that are given away at the end. But again, just making those trades, buying and selling. They get a $250,000 mock portfolio that they set up prior to coming, and then during the event, they buy and sell, and then at the end, we figure out who has the most money and give some prizes out. So I'm really excited about this one. It's like I said, new to our area, and we're super excited to kick it off in November.
So you mentioned about volunteers before. So tell me, how can the community be helpful, and can they become volunteers? Can they support the organization in some or the other way?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways to get involved. We are always looking for volunteers. And if you're not comfortable with going into a classroom, there's other jobs and roles and things to do in our office. But definitely volunteering is very rewarding. If someone is interested in volunteering, they can go to our website at northeastwisconsin.ja.org, and we have a listing of all the schools and classrooms that are available around the northeastern part of the state. The other way to get involved is to sponsor an event. We have lots of sponsorships available. If an organization or a company aligns and feels they want to get involved monetarily, they can do that. And then third, just donating, just a general donation, personal donations. I'm on the development side of things, so I don't work with the day-to-day education side. I'm the one asking for money. And all of these great programs aren't possible without funding. So, and we know with increased costs and inflation and things like that, it does, takes a village.
Well, since you brought this up, I think we need to ask, is there a cost associated with being associated with junior achievement?
Yes and no. Some schools, our online curriculum is all free to the Fox Cities area schools and the Green Bay area schools. Some of our satellite schools, there is a small fee to pay for the in-classroom curriculum. There is a cost to come to our experiential learning center. There is a fee per student, and that is worked out behind the scenes, prior, of course, to coming. Some of these events that I mentioned, the Titan Business Challenge is a free event. The Stock Market Challenge is a free event. And would you mind if I talked about another event, a really cool event that's coming up in January?
No, please, Mary Beth, share all the good stuff.
So I'm one of the main event coordinators as part of my role, and have loved event planning. This is my favorite. I call this my baby because it is my baby. It's called Young Entrepreneur, and it's a Shark Tank style event where students, high school students, grades 9 through 12, can come pitch their ideas for their very own business. So the qualifier is that they have to have run their own business for at least 1 year. So they're asked to submit an application. We select 4 finalists, and then we bring them to the center. Our event is held, it's the last Monday in January, and they present their ideas and their business to a live panel of judges where they see their peers presenting, and they're very inspirational, and It's cool. At the end, the first place winner will receive a $2,000 cash prize to invest back into their business, and they get to advance to our state competition. So that's called YE, or Young Entrepreneur. It's pretty cool. It's very inspiring to see what some of these kids are doing at such a young age. Every year we're just blown away.
I kind of want to go to that.
Yeah, and you're invited, of course.
Hey, Andy.
So,
Andy, that means we're going.
Andy,
Yes.
I'd love to have you both. But it's super inspiring. It's called Young Entrepreneur. We're starting applications. Registration opens November 1st for that. I did have the opportunity I'm always recruiting and looking for potential. I had the opportunity to talk to some young ladies this summer at the Appleton's Farmers Market. They had some youth presenting some of their booths and things. So encourage any young person in high school, grades 9 through 12, to, if you are running your own business currently, to really check this out, because it's a great opportunity.
That just sounds cool. And you
Yeah.
kind of had me at Shark Tank. No.
Yes, it's Shark Tank.
Well, you've shared all this really cool stuff. Who can people contact, or how can people contact Junior Achievement if they want to learn more?
Sure, a couple of ways that you can make an impact. Our website is northeastwisconsin.ja.org, and just check it out. There's lots of great resources there. You can also email me at mtomsyck, TOMSYCK, @jwis.org, and I can also give you our phone number. The phone number to reach us at is 920-882-0773.
Awesome. Is there any additional information you feel is important for listeners to know that maybe we didn't ask a question about at this time?
The one thing I think I'd want folks to know is there really is an achievement gap. I know it's not often discussed, but I think that's one of JA's missions and visions. Is we know there are disparities in educational outcomes and opportunities for young people. JA helps to bridge the achievement gap by providing experiential learning opportunities to students in various socioeconomic backgrounds. So I think that's an important takeaway today. Just, we can always strive to be better. We have great schools in our area. We really do. But I think there's always a way to improve upon and reach students in a new, engaging way. And I think junior achievement is just a perfect way to fill some of those gaps for everybody. So for all students, and we live in a great community, but I think, junior achievement is just, it's out there, and we just want people to take advantage of it.
Now it's time to send some shout out. Who do you want to send some shout out to?
So shout outs. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of our wonderful volunteers, the ones that are volunteering year after year, taking multiple classes, and those folks are very much appreciated. We also want to thank our sponsors and wonderful partners in the community, our building sponsor, all of our storefront sponsors, and then lastly, the board members. We have a wonderful board that really guides us and has wonderful input all the time. So board members, and then lastly, my fellow JA teammates. I work with a great group of people, really enjoy all the expertise, and just big shout out to all of them.
And Mary Beth, we want to say thank you to you.
Thank you.
All right. Appleton Engaged listeners, at this time, we're going to start wrapping up this episode. And we want to say thank you to you for giving us your minds and your ears, spending time with us, learning about another amazing resource in our region, helping to make our community a better place. This was cool. And I encourage you, if you ever get the opportunity, you have to go see BizTown for yourself with your own eyes. You will be blown away that this resource has been in our community for 4 years. And to see it in action is a next level experience. Okay, well, you know what I'm going to say. We here at Appleton Engage are trying to become the #1 podcast in Northeast Wisconsin, and we can't do it without your help. So what can you do to help us? Just a few things. First of all, if there's any ideas or recommendations you have for the show, please reach out to us. If you would like to be a guest, please reach out to us. If you would like to recommend a guest, please reach out to us. You can reach us at diversity@appleton.org. Once again, that is diversity@appleton.org. Also, we think a better community is an informed community. And how can we help the community become more informed? Well, we need to tell them about Appleton Engaged, of course. Now, what can you do about that? Few things. While you're listening to this episode, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, take a few extra moments and fill out a review for us or give us a 5-star rating. These are things that help our analytics, and the better the analytics are, the more people get to learn about this amazing resource and podcast known as Appleton Engaged.
Today we had another amazing organization with us. As a parent, I will go to their website and check out what I can get for my son. And I ask you all to kind of support the organization or just volunteer or just go to their website, because the organization provides activities, guides, thought leadership, and lots of additional resources to support learning. With that, until next time, stay thoughtful, stay curious, and stay engaged.